Trusty Ape here. Looks like we're live now. Do 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 do. Oh yeah. Can I edit my? There we go. All right. So I have this theory. I think the StreamYard people caught wind that I've been using Prism. They're jealous, so I've been booted out of every stream I've attempted to join today, including my own. So we'll see what's up with that. I don't know right now. Just gonna try and get a little something done tonight and get some good rest. If I have the opportunity to sleep on a normal schedule, I figure I might as well do so. Busy day tomorrow. Today just did not go as planned. So I figure we'll just spend a little time here, wind down. I'm hoping these streams kind of act as like a standalone so that I could just like do this in between live panel chats I have and stuff. I know other people are streaming right now. Tog's streaming. Might be debating Bond over there or something. I'm not sure the topic. And as far as I know, I think Pixie was still live. A few people. So it's a busy Saturday night. Of course, April 6th, 2024. So we will, without further ado, just go ahead and jump right into the content here. Switch my thing up here. Oh yeah, Broge is live too. Everybody's chilling. Oh, son of a... I was on the video too, now I gotta scroll back. Okay, alright. I'm not gonna get mad. Everything's set up and ready to go, but you know how YouTube is. Move into some other stuff. Won't go too terribly long.
To me today, and his internet went out again. Obama net beta comment of the week, Haid.
Oh, hey, Matt.
Or AJ Haid.
Because you have the mindset and nature of a woman. As a beta male, not an alpha male. Beta male, yes. Beta male. Beta. You're a beta male? You're a beta male. Not an alpha male. Beta. What a shame. Mommy's boy. As a beta male.
Mommy's boy. That's a beta.
That was precious. How did Jay Patrick's avatar end up in there? I wonder, he must have clipped it from one of our guys.
Beta male. AJ Haib.
Okay.
Says, so to be clear, you support God killing babies. Wildheart is back. You support God killing babies. God doesn't exist. I thought God doesn't exist. That was my response.
But if he did, you would be okay with that.
By the way. God doesn't exist. It should be state sanctioned for black women to do, which is kill their own children. You believe that the state should sanction that. Why are you worried about what a book says in imaginary, all while being ignoring what you say is theirs, should pay for it? You
Is that his position?
are crying and whining about what you believe to be an imaginary book. Someone just made up this God to keep people
Well, yeah, no, but people are complaining because it's the people on your side who believe the book who want it's not just like state sanctioned abortion or whatever. You guys want to ban it outright. You want to make in some places you have. This video hasn't aged well because y'all did successfully criminalize healthcare in some places.
From doing certain things to scare them into being upright citizens. Someone just made it up. That's what you believe, right? So you want us to, you want me to have a discussion with you on why God has babies. No. Do you condemn women killing babies who are actually, they
Joe,
don't
it's
have a
all
conversation to you about God and the Bible and what he does. Look, Beta male, yeah, I'm talking to you.
No, he wasn't talking to you. He was responding to a commenter. Yeah, your guest has been back for a while, so he just calls him a beta male.
You or anyone else that tries to dumb
Also,
argument.
checking.
Yeah. It's okay for a woman to kill a baby, but not God. Are women
Beep beep.
miscarriage? I thought miscarriages were just a result of natural processes. Aren't you an atheist?
Miscarriages are, yeah, that's what a miscarriage is by definition.
But I thought God was responsible for everything.
No, you don't believe in
But
God,
you
right?
didn't say when you say natural processes, it means that the baby was not like intentionally aborted. It means that something happened to cause the miscarriage. You know, like so.
God is imaginary, right?
No, I mean from your point of view.
No, we're not talking about my point of view. We're talking about your point of view.
Right then.
God doesn't
what-
exist. Your worldview, why is it okay for women to kill children?
autonomy. They
Okay.
have to kill the child. The child is
Decent answer. That's not bad.
living off the organs. It's a lot of pain.
Uh,
It's bodily autonomy.
bodily autonomy. So
Yes.
she has control over her body and the body that's inside of her.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And if she was to like, consume alcohol and the baby was to get fetal alcohol syndrome, you would hold her responsible for that. So yes.
Okay. God
well-
has control over
well,
his body. Okay. Okay. By that same right, you just justified God killing. God has control over his body and the body he created that's in his universe.
So then God would have control over everybody.
Right?
Are we dependent
can
on the
kill
organs?
anyone.
Does it hurt
God-
God to
So
exist?
God can kill anyone that's in his universe that's causing him pain, disobeying him, doing things that are not of God, that are against his word. Does God then have the right to kill them?
Are we dependent on it? Sorry, that was my mouth. Sorry.
Plus, it's not God killing unborn babies. Like, that would be a miscarriage, right? You're talking about God killing, like, the children who are already inhabiting the earth.
You were just about to lie. See, that's what happens. Does God have the right to kill you? You're in his universe. You're in his belly, eating his food, eating from his planet, destroying it at that. Does God have the right to kill you?
I'm not sure. You might have.
All right. So the answer to this question is God doesn't exist.
Wow.
Do not allow the atheist.
Right. That's the atheist position is that no evidence for God. But if I believe the dude in your book committed genocide, how are you defending? But that wasn't like Wild Hearts. This is a different commenter you're responding to. You're just like throwing this on Wild Heart.
To
I thought you were supposed to be the teacher here. You were supposed to be the one doing a boot camp, right? Not interrogating.
to critique or do an internal critique because they're going to be dishonest because they don't understand the word what God is or who God is. According
Oh
to
yeah,
them.
that's a good point. Sergeant Slingden. Hello everyone in the side chat, by the way. The internet's been in and out, so I've not been keeping up with it. But what the fuck has this got to do with me being a man?
Oh, everything,
Like God.
everything, because a man protects
Perfect. Very good.
women and children. A real man protects women and children. So if you
You fucking idiots, twat.
okay, so if you believe that it's okay,
Talk to women. You won't even talk to women. You
no,
fucking
is that
idiot.
harming? Is that harming women?
No, you actually do.
No, it's not. Thank you. Okay, so a real man, so it stands.
You're actually doing women a favor by not talking to them.
Is that harming them?
Mars says Mr. Lizard uses anti-Semite sources in his research. No
Probably
way.
protecting them from the abuse that they're about to lay down. So I'm protecting women by avoiding them, because
Yeah,
if
you
they
are
were to come in this room, if they were to come in this room, I
P-Town's live.
would destroy everything they
I'm sure that I'm sure that happens that you won't talk to them.
That would harm them. That would harm them,
Okay.
right, or intellectually, of course, and abuse her. But I am looking for men. I am looking for men to take this beating, okay, on behalf of the women. And then you are to go home and you are to teach your daughters and your wives, okay?
But you said a real man. How can you protect a woman if you won't even fucking speak to them, you thick twat?
So I'm protecting
That's fucking great.
them by not speaking to them, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
you are. Yeah, you're protecting their ears and brain cells by not speaking to them. Yeah, you're thick as fuck.
Yeah, because otherwise this might happen. If I invite a woman into the room, this might happen.
Stop talking
Man
about.
stealing
Stop talking
is
about.
stealing a
Shut-
man.
Jill,
Okay.
shut the
That
fuck
it doesn't
up.
necessitate then
Jill,
that man is
stop.
owned by another
Jill,
person.
Jill,
That's the
shut
straw
the
man
fuck
that he
up.
brought in. Okay, he
Jill,
brought in that straw
Jill,
man.
shut the fuck up.
No, you shut up.
Prick.
So I don't want that to happen to a woman and her blood pressure to go up, because
Actually, I don't think I've ever thought like that to a woman.
What? What was it? Because if he tells you to shut the fuck up repeatedly, it's gonna hurt women.
I am biased. I'm sexist in my own way. To be fair.
you're sexist too.
I'm sexist, yeah, in favor of women. I'm the opposite of you. I'm the anti-Jill.
Yeah, so we're all sexist. We all want to protect women and children. The problem starts when men decide to forego that responsibility, and they want to put women on the front line in battles and war. They want to put women.
No, it's not men trying to do that. Women want the equal rights, equal responsibilities, right? That's what feminism is about, or at least what feminism was about at one point. I don't know about the new feminists and all that. I can't speak for all the subcategories there, but
hire them as police officers. We see.
Yeah, it's called equality, Jill.
Yeah, I know. It's called being a dummy, not protecting women and being a beta, putting women on the police force. You've seen. I could show you several.
it's not up to you. That's what you're not getting.
That
The women policemen.
fires.
So-
You could find instances of male and female police officers being overpowered by suspects. That's not like an argument against women being police officers.
That was me being to be
Putting
fair.
Jill in a room with a woman. I have videos. And then once he arrives, start shooting up the place. That's
Where did
Jesus.
they get a gun?
You know what an analogy is?
See, now you're doing it. Now it is.
An analogy. You know what an analogy is?
Jill!
Goodness,
Jill!
I just showed you how logically you were wrong.
Would you give the woman a chance to speak, please?
I'm not talking anymore. You don't read your Bible, okay? You need to go ask your husband to help you, or find a man to help you. Not Richard Madison. He's not eligible.
I don't need a
the
fucking
Lord-
man. I know your fucking book better than you do. So why don't you just shut the fuck up or get the fuck out?
The Lord of Hosts
You know he
controls
enjoys this, right? You know
the-
he loves torturing.
the
He's
Lord
a
of
very
Hosts
cruel man.
controls armies. So when Jesus says he predicts the destruction of the temple, he's standing on stone of this temple will stand upon another, and then he says, this generation. Jesus is the one who sends armies to take over other nations. He's been doing so.
So
since
at what point in this did a woman concede your point? I'm
Genesis.
not
I don't know if
catching.
you've read. Okay, Jesus is the one that says, "You're done, America." Right?
Jesus was
Time
never
for
in
some-
the
okay?
Old Testament.
He's
you
the-
prick.
Oh my goodness, Jesus is not in the Old Testament. Go get your husband, lady.
Jesus is not in the Old Testament. That's a fact.
I don't have a fucking husband, you fucking prick.
Lisa, you know he's just
What?
trying to push your button because you're.
The fuck?
I don't see what made him think that was. That's just stupid.
All right. So, hey, welcome, Will. I'm glad you're here, Will, because
Oh,
by the way,
boy.
the room's open. Wildheart doesn't have a
Trip down memory lane, huh?
connection. We might have
Yeah.
to do this one-on-one another time. But
Okay.
but if anyone else wants to come in, the link is pinned in the chat. Welcome, Will. I'm glad you're here, Will.
Oh,
Wildheart.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here too. Probably.
The young lady there mentioned that the Messiah was supposed to rebuild the temple.
Yeah, the
What
1,000-year
was she
Messiah.
What was she talking about?
She's talking about a rabbinical prophecy.
Okay,
It was.
so it's not in Torah. It's
No, it's not. No, it's not Torah. We don't have a Torah.
So Jill is getting his fucking Bible facts from Will now? Like, you couldn't.
1,000-year Mashiach
okay. So what she was saying was not
prophecy.
in scripture.
It's not Torah.
Okay, so was the Messiah supposed to destroy the temple?
Doesn't seem to be relevant to the fucking
Hold on, just a sec.
conversation.
my last sentence before we played the video was, what's wrong with having women policemen?
All right, thank you, Wildheart. Thank you for that. You just
What's
put
wrong with having women
another.
policemen? Women
you just-
policemen. I'll admit when I'm an idiot as well, to be fair.
Yeah, thank you for that, Wildheart. You just increased my creepometer gauge that I had. It's already on like 70 or 80 for you. Now it's like around 85.
It's fairly high.
Creepo cringeometer, I'm gonna call it. Creepo cringeometer.
I'm hearing this weird ticking noise. It sounds like static crackling or something. I don't know.
Is that me? Let me mute and see if you still hear it. Do you still hear it after I'm muted?
No, it was a joke about a Geiger counter. Anyway, don't
Oh,
worry
okay.
about it. It's radioactive.
All right, so back to
Right over your head.
your video, Wildheart, your karaoke. This guy-
No, shut the fuck up, Jill. Make me full space what you do.
what,
I
what?
shut the fuck up, man.
Shut the fuck
Now,
up.
What are you
welcome,
brushing?
Jill.
there? Like, what
No,
are you
it's alright.
brushing?
Look smart. I'll get me fucking hair sorted. I'll get me a bed, and then I'll finally be fucking happy. So I will.
I roll my own cigarettes, mate. What do you? I don't rely on the packaging.
You went fucking.
Well,
The only thing that Jesus hasn't done that's in the rabbinic prophecy that goes between Christianity and Judaism is the stuff that he's gonna do in Revelation. That's pretty much it.
Zechariah 6:12 says, "Tell him this is what the Lord Almighty says. Here is the man whose name is the branch, and he will branch out from his place and build the temple of the Lord." Okay. The temple of the Lord, the book, the Hebrew, the writer to the Hebrews goes on to say, is not a temple that is built by hands. Okay.
Well, who
So-
built the second temple?
What the? How can you build a temple without hands, you fucking idiot?
Yeah, but there will be no third temple.
The
The Most High.
Not just on a technical level.
uh,
How can you build a temple without hands, you fucking idiot twat?
No, Wahar, just relax. Okay.
The first and second temple were built by hand. What are you talking
He's a bit worked up at this point.
about?
You can't build a temple without hands, you fucking
I mean,
idiot.
sorry.
what did you expect, though?
I'm sorry, the book of Acts refers to the Most High does not live in, I'm referring to rather, the Most High does not live in houses made by human hands. Okay, but heaven is his throne and the earth is his footstool. Isaiah 66. Acts chapter 17 reiterates the same thing. Wildheart,
What's no, you fucking
self-control.
Amen.
Amen, not a.
Oh. Alright. Switch gears. Might come back to that. is. It must be. Ooh, intermission.
Daily dose of poetry. Daily dose of poetry. Daily dose.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Daily Dose of Poetry. I'm so excited to tell you that my name is L.A. Marks.
And I'm equally excited to tell you that my name is Taz, and we are here today with the one and only Devin Person, wizard extraordinaire. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, I forgot one detail. Devin is Lisa Ann's fiance. Welcome. So tell us what's up in the wizarding world and.
Well, it's International History Month, which is very exciting.
What a coincidence that National Poetry Month and International Wizardry History Month are on the same beautiful season.
For our viewers who may not know what wizardry in a modern sense is all about, what does that mean?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. Wizardry is a way of moving through the world and interacting with magic that is both playful and pragmatic. It's about how you can create choices that change the world in ways that you find to be enjoyable and lead to new opportunities. I'm going to say fake-ass gurus.
Fake-ass gurus.
The problem
Yeah.
for the world is fake-ass gurus.
Yeah, I think that there's a problem right now where there's a lot of people that are getting the occultist trending, new age, woo-woo things are
Tony
very popular,
Robbins.
and then there's a lot of people that use that language to prey on people. So your problem is always their solution away.
Okay, should we get to typewriters?
We should get to typewriters. Daily dose of poetry. Daily dose.
Those are cute typewriters.
Crystalline affirmations, crushed and snorted in lines. In the eye, dollar signs, dilated bank accounts, ready to receive visions from the mind. Perhaps the best guru is within.
Within?
I mean, it's within, but I made it rhyme, so I put an E on the end.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are no pharaoh, and yet your pyramid scheme is a sandcastle.
Ooh!
Ooh,
Love
damn.
it. All right, take these 40 times daily.
Okay.
Where can people follow you, and do you have any events coming up that people might want to participate in?
Well, they shouldn't follow me because I'm easily startled.
Oh.
You can find me on the internet. On Instagram at Person is Awake. And generally,
Very good.
yeah, if you search Wizard, Devin, New York, things like that, I'll come up.
Daily dose of poetry. Daily dose of poetry.
We must be getting close. There it
Welcome
is.
back, my gentle and of course very modern apes, to a Gutsick Gibbon video.
I don't even need to masturbate.
I did it all for the face of justice. Sex is bad.
Your attention, please, for a very all the way from the East Coast. And as always, I am in.
Yeah, I think I accused Pocket Locker of wearing a wig, but that might be the real hair. I don't know. It's really hard to say at this point.
Airplane mode. Gang, you already know what time it is. It is time to grab something to drink. It is time to grab something to smoke and link up with the gang. Greet your neighbor and catch a vibe as we jump into the musical portion of the program.
The musical?
Please raise your glasses and hold.
Okay, alright, let's go over the content here.
Captain Jazz for a second.
Oh, we're here for.
Which one is this? This one? There we go. And we're like, what y'all been wanting to get into? Yeah, nah, it doesn't really. Nah, it doesn't have to happen. Nah, it don't really have to be. Nah. What are we gonna title today's show?
No
Gang,
topic.
that's how it went down today. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. So first up on the list is this freaky freaky police officer. But he got caught.
Freaky in a good way or bad way?
Boom.
We're just trying to have a good time, go to play soccer.
Nelson Ochoa says he was in South Lawn Park in Oxon Hill on Labor Day enjoying a game of soccer with other families when a Prince George's County police cruiser pulled up and parked. He doesn't know what made him start to record, but he did.
As soon as I started recording, a car.
You started recording because you know what it's like out here. You know how Popo be. It's crazy that that's the new norm. Is rather than you calling the police because you're suspicious of someone and then like monitoring the report or have evidence of the police. Literally now when the police roll up, your ass gets suspicious. You're like, oh, the fucking cops are here. Get ready. Grab your camera. There's some shit's about to go down.
And then a young lady came out.
He recorded the two appearing to embrace and kiss, and then get into the back of the officer.
We couldn't believe what we were seeing. And then
Oh, damn. That's rough.
it made us go like, wow, like this is crazy. It's when, like I said, when the car started rocking a little bit to the left and right, that's when.
Oh, my man said that. He said that car started rocking.
He's taking her for a ride.
From the left to the right. That's when they knew what time it was. Oh my goodness. And they just in the fucking park, y'all. Could you imagine? Like some goddamn teenagers?
Like, wow, this is crazy. In broad daylight, we can't.
That's
Georgia County
ballsy.
Police released a statement on X, formerly known as Twitter, saying they were aware of the video and are investigating to determine the circumstances. They tell the I-Team they have identified the officer, though they have not released his name. Multiple police sources tell me it's Francesco Marlette, seen here in this picture. We reported on him back in 2016 when he was accused of beating his then-girlfriend's 3-year-old son.
Now you know he gotta
2019,
have a
the
fucked
father
up
of
ass
that child
history.
told me in an exclusive interview that he was trying to keep Marlette away from his son.
He would say,
Again, bro, it's like your ex starts dating a cop and it's like the worst shit ever. And again, all types of criminal fucked up ass shit is happening to your kid because you got motherfucking Popo in your life now. This shit is wild.
Daddy, Francesco, which is his mom's boyfriend, hits me in my face and hits me in my stomach, and it's really weird.
According to the boy's medical records, the 3-year-old was spanked, resulting in a head injury. The Prince George's officers who responded that
Spanked
day
resulting in a head injury? What?
an accident. A grand jury disagreed and charged Marlette. But after agreeing to anger management, Marlette never stood trial. The charges were dropped, his record expunged, and he was back on the force.
Boom.
His attorney
That's
declined
the
to comment
problem.
on the case at the time. A few years later, Marlette is making
And the
news.
crazy thing is that don't happen for regular people. Like so few of us, have a chance to have your record expunged or get a second chance like that.
Well, if
and
you take a plea, like oftentimes they'll offer expungement. What's up, Halsey?
and it's crazy that literally we allow law enforcement officers to
on camera so Prince George can see the type of officers they have in office and working for them, supposedly protecting the community.
He put my man's business way out there on Front Street. The next piece. All right. All right, here we go. I got like I told y'all, it's random and there's no connection. There's just no, like, how do I even segue this next piece? First off,
you just go into
it. Before we do that, let's just reflect on this moment. Can y'all imagine? Can you fucking imagine you just sitting there at the park in the middle of the day playing with some kids? Popo roll up, so you know a black man about to get killed. So you get your phone out, you know what I'm saying, in case a murder goes down or some wild and ass out shit. You don't know what the fuck is going down when the police show up. They might be about to deal drugs themselves or some crazy shit. You don't know what's going on. And literally, like my man said, then you see him roll up with a female. They start making out, hop in the back of the police vehicle. Losing my shit, literally. And honestly, I feel like I'd have been mad. Like I was just like, fuck my life. Like why am I why is this happening? Why am I here? I don't know why. It's just the mood I'm in lately. I just would have been like, fuck this. This is fucking ridiculous. Why do they rendezvous like this? It feels like there's more to the story. Like at least one of them, if not both of them, is in a serious relationship. You know, I wouldn't have been surprised to hear they're both, you know, in full. Like, yeah, because it's a little bit like there's easier ways to do this. More
cheaters.
System that I believe in. I'm a believer, but today I am no longer a believer. What you've got is a weaponized Department of Justice, Department of FBI, and CIA.
We cannot have a country led by a president subject to ongoing criminal investigations, potential indictments, and never-ending hearings. Now, in any other business, when the head of a corporation is plagued by scandal, that person steps down and is replaced because the board knows a business cannot succeed without respect and authority.
Oh, my man, go ahead, man. Let's get it.
We fucking got him.
One of those things you
we
get
did.
at CVS that are the length of a football field and
so
complete
good.
overkill. Oh, that's right, receipts. Well, get a bunch of them courtesy of MSNBC.
Oh,
host.
man.
What's it up to?
Yo,
91 now? 91 charges? Something like that?
It's just so funny because when they assume crime is about people they don't like and motherfuckers they hate, they are on top of it. Justice cannot be swift enough, strict enough. They throw these people, and I'm here to see their downfall. That's what it is. Schadenfreude, whatever you call it. I'll go ahead and tell you. I just say I'm a trash human being. I'm one of them fucked up ass people who's an atheist. I don't even think God exists, and I still be praying for the downfall of my enemies.
When you have a constant media diet of lies and propaganda, which these people are kind of injecting into their veins every night, and we now know that the hosts, well, we already knew, but now we can prove that the hosts don't even believe the nonsense they're saying to their viewers. By the way, Joy, you and I are often accused of having contempt or disrespect for the conservative voters. No
Yep,
one has
all
more
of that.
contempt or disrespect for conservative voters than conservative media personalities.
I let
by
it
the way.
slip on
But
accident.
look, how do you stop that when you have non-stop lies? I don't have the silver bullet. It's very hard when 20 to 30% of the American public has been cocooned off in a bubble where they are fed misinformation, disinformation by the likes of Ingram
What's
and
up,
Hannity
Wayne?
and Rupert Murdoch, who goes under oath in a deposition and says, "Yeah, my host
That's
endorsed the
fucked
big
up,
lie."
man.
Yeah, you
Time
know.
for some nostalgia.
Rob Lowe and I have a little thing going
No, not
on,
that.
and now that boy's sending me chocolates.
When Wanda got wind of my Atkins candy drawer, she went all.
Guys snacking on chocolate peanut.
I was going to make an American dish, macaroni salad ricotta, but I don't have any mustard, so it's going to be Russian potato salad. What I'm going to do right now is scrub the red potatoes, and then stick them in here and get ready to boil them with their skins on.
That's true.
So what
Actually, that's true.
I'm doing, you just kind of scrub them. So I'm going to be doing this to all potatoes, and then I'm going to stick them in my saucepan over here. Okay, I covered it with approximately 2 inches of water. We're going to bring it to a boil. I've washed and scrubbed them. Yeah, you want to cook the potatoes with the skins on, but that way the potatoes will have a better flavor. That's the purpose for doing that. Now, while that's cooking, let's go ahead and make the hard-boiled eggs. It says 2 to 3. I happen to love eggs, so I'm going to put in 3. I have a special way that I do it, so I'll go ahead and read the directions as is when I post the recipe. I usually just put the eggs in a pan like this, put in some cold water. Cold water. Okay, and then I just I usually put it on kind of like medium-high heat. Let's put a little bit more water in there. Okay. Usually put it on medium-high heat, and I wait till it starts bubbling the water. And when it begins to boil, I put a cover over the pan, and I turn off the heat, and just let it sit there for 10 minutes. And then it's usually done. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I cannot have a potato salad without eggs. I like to make one very similar to one, it's a variation of one that my mother made. This one's kind of like a kosher Russian potato salad, which is my favorite. So yeah, so let me go ahead and get the other ingredients together. Okay, while the potatoes and the eggs are cooking, let's prepare the other ingredients for my Russian kosher potato salad. Yeah, I'm on a root canal diet, so I'm making all this mushy food here. The carrots need to be 2 to 3 medium carrots peeled, trimmed, and diced into 1/4 inch pieces. So let's work on that. And I'm also keeping an eye on my potatoes and eggs over there cooking. And yeah, I got a peeler from 1980 here, from the 1980s, from my mother, who went on in October. But I still have a lot of stuff from her here where I live. She was a great cook, by the way. And I'm not going to be following the recipe I got online 100%. It's going to be my own, so I will give you the modified version. My mother told me the secret to a great potato salad is you use kosher dills, and you put in a little bit of pickle juice. So I'm going to be doing that. So I will go ahead when I would call this
lady trolled the internet for 10 years. I don't know if I believe it.
dills, Russian kosher dills. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, we'll just let it go.
basically, my mother didn't make it Russian style. She made more the American style. But so I'm going to be kind of like combining different techniques here. Now we want it into 1/4 inch pieces, okay, which is fine because I need a soft diet, so 1/4 inch. Let's go this way. Little teeny weeny, yeah, like that. That's good. So basically, oops.
Not clean, throw it away.
So basically, I'm going to be cutting it like this, and then I also have.
I think I've mentioned this in previous streams when watching Cooking with Gail. The way she handles.
Gave me ideas too. So this isn't my first time making Russian potato salad, but kind of like that. You see that? So I'm going to cut them all like that, and then throw them back in there. I already got the frozen. Because once they're thawed out, they'll be perfect. They're kind of like already cooked anyway, because these are frozen. So I'm going to be doing this to all of the potatoes. You can see what I'm doing here. And then when I'm done, I'll show you the next step. I transferred the peas to a different container because they're keeping each other cold in that cup, and I want them thawed out.
Are
when
they
I
frozen?
get to the stage where I throw
Using
them in.
fresh
So
carrots
right
and frozen peas? I mean, you can, but.
Yeah, they don't need to be cooked because they're frozen. They're already pre-cooked. But I do want them thawed out when the time comes for me to throw them into the salad. So let's kind of like get that going here. Okay, this is better. Okay, the water came to a boil with the eggs, so I turned the heat off and I covered it for 10 minutes. The water came to a boil with the potatoes. I also covered it because I want them to be, I want the water to stay over the potatoes. So, and I lowered the heat, so they're going to simmer with the cover on for about 20 to 40 minutes. Yeah, right there. So let's see. Yep. So let's get back to cutting the carrots. Actually, the way I'm doing it is taking too long, so let me show you what I plan on doing. Besides that, I want it mushy because I'm on a root canal diet, so I'm going to go like this. Like this. Just get them into small pieces, right? Some of them are a little big and we're going like this. About approximately 1/4 inch size. This will be a little faster. Yeah. The way I was doing it before was way too slow. Way too slow. This will work. So I'm going to be doing that, getting them into a nice small size.
As long as your hand's above the blade, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. That'll work. It's a little faster. That's good enough. So let me continue working on the carrots.
I'm making a piggy bank so I can be inspired.
This video is monetized, hence the troll. So
I'm going to put the mayonnaise back in the refrigerator because I opened it and I just want to make sure I don't take any risk of spoilage. The other ingredients can stay out.
All right, let's go back to
what
where
I
we
do is
started.
just stick a fork. I still think it's too soon. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
we're
wait.
not done yet, but these
Oh,
are
wait.
kind of small potatoes, so let's just double check. Looks like they may be done. They're a little bit more cooking. They're almost. Within 10 minutes, they'll be done. Okay. Let's let the egg sit there a little bit longer. And then once I let the egg sit for about 10 minutes, then I take all the hot water out of the little pot and replace it with cold water. And that creates a kind of like a pop inside the shell. It doesn't always work to help me to take the shells off easier.
All right, we'll come back to that.
To me today. And his internet went out again.
Oh, find your spot.
Obama net.
This one, there we go.
Will not be made of brick and mortar or stone. Okay, it'll be us, the body of Christ.
Actually,
So,
I
back to-
apologise. Sorry, I apologise on that point. You might have a point. If God exists and he's building his own temple, then he can't.
I wonder-
he can't do that now.
I wonder if Joe
apologise.
has ever killed anything, Slim Jim says. No. I don't believe I have. But you certainly have, because you pull over a lot of blacks. What were you saying, Wildheart?
I apologise if it's a
You call us liberals.
metaphorical temple in heaven, and it won't be built by human hands. I was.
I thought they all deserved it, right? They weren't complying. They weren't obeying orders, right? Conservative.
I apologize. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So, did you understand what?
Are you
Okay,
asking me?
well, no, Wildheart. You said that God is jealous. Believed. Don't tell me he froze again. Why does he always freeze when we go back to his vomit that he threw up the other day on his channel? He always freezes. Well, this is
By
the third
design.
time
God doesn't want you to do it.
this happened. Maybe it's the video playing.
I don't know. He just tell him to turn his fucking camera off next time. That's ridiculous.
You think it's the video that I have on? That's why every
No,
time
it's not your. No, it's not you. I don't have any issues. It's him. It's something with his bandwidth.
Okay, you need to get rid of the Obama net and get you an actual.
There's no such thing as fucking Obama net.
It's in the UK. It's.
Well,
I don't
Boris
know who
net.
I don't know who the prime minister was under Obama when Obama was in his administration and shit.
Probably a woman.
Oh yeah, you know
Probably
what?
a
It was a broad. Oh, what the fuck was her name? She got kicked the fuck out. That was funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Of smash and grab, the Nordstroms, the Louis Vuitton stores, etc., all of the high-end stores being smashed and grabbed. And she blamed it on COVID. And the guns. We have to get rid of the guns. Right? Instead of Biden's failed policies, resulting in these criminals almost like a revolving door coming in, going into prison, lets them out a few.
What's up, William?
This is to charge, so they right back out on the streets. Okay, 90% of Black lives were released from prison the next day.
90% of citation fucking needed. 90% of rioters were released from prison the next day. They have videos of people getting picked up by like ununiformed agents, right? Putting them in unmarked vans, just plainclothes people, putting protesters in unmarked vans with no charges. They have the fucking, like, what are you talking about?
You know, without, some of them even had bail that to pay, but they were released regardless. As opposed to the January 6th protesters who are still in prison and were refused bail. And I'm going to show receipts for that. I know I said that on a stream.
That's because treason and insurrection are pretty serious fucking offenses, bro.
But I have the receipts. I'm going to show you that later. But he says, in response to that, I wonder will Jill, or if Jill, will gripe about the property damage. The property damage that God just caused in Kentucky. So once again, it's the what about Godism, an imaginary, made up.
Yeah, just wondering whether or not you would hold your deity to the same standard, like your people, that, you know, this is in the name of your deity, right? Like, it's not an illegitimate question.
Figure being that only Christians believe in somehow is propped up, what about Godism, as a way to ignore the violence that is being caused by the people that he's supporting. Isn't that amazing?
It's not.
Yeah. I think it's going to come of this this trial.
Well heard coming back.
Hey, I'm there for that. What's
going on with the boot camp?
Acts on this passage and the things that are going to take
4 hours late. 4 hours later?
4 hours later.
In the near future, during the millennial kingdom.
Eventually.
This is speaking.
Does Wild Heart even come back? I don't know. I haven't seen the whole.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, there he is.
This I have a really hard time reading this as allegory, because you would have to.
Well, it's not allegory. It's allegory.
Still got the dumb comment ticker up.
That's that. It's something that will never exist. That's something that's just made up people, places, and particulars just to teach a lesson.
Okay.
This is a prophecy of what is to come in the future, whether it's going to be an actual city with actual dimensions. Again, that's up to you if you want to take this in a literal sense. But either way, it's just representing the end times or the millennial kingdom. How that looks, I couldn't say.
Well, okay, you say like that's up to you, but if somebody were to take that interpretation, you agree that that would conflict with what we read in the New Testament, right? Like the verse you read in Acts.
Okay.
And if we go down, let's go down to verse 13 of
This is
chapter
gonna
47.
turn into a fucking Bible combo now. Where's
Says-
the boot camp? How are you making Wildheart a man, man?
This is what the sovereign Lord says. These are the boundaries of the land that you will divide among the 12 tribes of Israel as their inheritance, with 2 portions for Joseph. You are to divide it equally in them, because I swore to uplift.
I swear, I think this whole stream he had like one verse. You had like one verse. That was what you wanted to impress on Wildheart, and the rest of this is just like unrelated, just going all over the place.
I swore with uplifted hand to give it to your ancestors. This land will become your inheritance. This is to be the boundary of the land. On the north side, it will run from the Mediterranean Sea by Hethion Road past. Look, basically, it just gives a whole bunch of geographical descriptions of literal landmarks on Earth. So, do you understand kingdom, or do you see it as being heavenly? Because if it's heavenly, I'd be curious to know how you. 18. On the east side, the boundary will run between Haran and Damascus, along the Jordan between the Gilead. It's like, I'm curious, how do you understand that?
Well, no, the scriptures describe the earth being transformed or renewed. So when Christ returns, he's going to restore the earth back to what it was before the fall of man. Really going to be a physical or a metaverse, we don't know. We don't know how. We don't know how.
This is just where. So he just starts up a side debate with this dude. Okay.
Hey guys, Trav here. Joe Rogan's been in the news, of course. Cancel Joe Rogan! He had guests on that I disagree with and I think are spreading dangerous ideas. Yeah, I mean, we can make that argument for many people that speak publicly about different ideas that they have, and you can make extrapolations from that as to how someone could potentially hear that idea and go do something stupid. This is not anything new, folks. This is just something that can happen when you allow people to speak freely and express their ideas. Don't
yeah, Joe Rogan does happen to like host like amongst reputable characters. He's got a bunch of crackpots in between too, right? Like, now to be fair, I mean the dude's a fucking comedian, right? A lot of people he has on are also like entertainers. They're not actually. So like you go from like having like reputable scientists to entertainers, and then you don't like differentiate. Yeah, but okay.
No, I see the CEO spot. My moral foundation is maximize well-being for myself and those around me. I want to maximize that applies to Joe Rogan. It applies to Bill Gates. It applies to the elites as much as it applies to you, who may work a regular 9-to-5 job. Don't engage in this moral calculus that if someone gets really famous or powerful, that all of a sudden they're not worthy of your full moral consideration.
Well, it's just called, I mean, being more like using better discretion when you have influence, right? Like influencers should probably, you know, but obviously, I mean, he wouldn't endorse it if he didn't, you know, something that he thought was like illegitimate. If he didn't have, you know, I mean, I don't think, like, I don't think, like, you know, I've never seen. So I don't know. Rogan's one of those characters, and it's like back, but I'm not gonna go pay for his shit either. So it's not on YouTube. I haven't seen it.
That's you know, that's a failure of your moral foundation, I would say. But okay, why is Joe Rogan so interesting? He is full of artistic and scientific inspiration. This stuff is oozing off him. You know, he's a very funny guy. He's humorous. I love his sense of humor. He's a layman when it comes to many topics. So, and I would say he's operating with, an average, maybe slightly above average intelligence quotient. So the questions, that generally are going to come out of Joe Rogan's mind are going to be a lot the same questions that are popping into the mind of the average listener for the Joe Rogan Experience. I think that's what the podcast is called. Anyways,
I think
so
that's
he
what
spoke.
the podcast is called. Trav being coy there. Pangburn also helped me out getting started as a.
It's not abnormal, weak, or weird to feel
Being involved in
overwhelmed,
these spheres.
angry, depressed, confused
Oh, that
when
guy,
life is chaotic or you're grieving.
I was going to make an American dish
Oh
macaroni
no,
salad
the
with pota, but I don't have any.
not again. I know where we were.
I want it mushy because I'm on a root canal diet, so I'm gonna go like this. Guys, I'm gonna put the mayonnaise back in the refrigerator because I opened it and I just want to make sure I don't take any risk with spoilage. Stick a fork in. I still think it's too soon. I'm pretty sure they're not done yet, but these are. Looks like they may be done. They're a little bit more cooking. They're almost. Within 10 minutes, they'll be done. Okay. Let's let the.
So what gets me is like that man boot camp video. There's a part 2 on that, and we're like an hour into the first one, and I don't know. I don't know what's really going on
Once
over
I
there
let
with
the eggs
that.
sit for about 10 minutes, then
I mean, obviously, it didn't bring Wildheart and Jill closer together, so.
take all the hot water out of the little pot and replace it with cold water, and that creates a kind of like a pop inside the shell. It doesn't always work to help me to take the shells off easier. Let's get back now to cutting the dill pickles. Okay, for this step, I'm going to make sure to leave the pickle juice in the jar. My mother
I'm just
said,
gonna say, if you want to be a man, learn to make Gail's kosher Russian potato salad. It'll help you out.
always throw in some pickle juice from kosher dills into potato salad. So I always leave the pickle juice in the jar. Now it said 4 dills. These are baby dills, so I'm going to use a little bit more. Let me see. See what I mean? So we'll get about the equivalent of 4 regular dill pickles. These are baby dills. You'll need more than that. Let's see. 1, 2, probably another one. That's about equivalent of 1 dill pickle. 2, 3. We need some more. All jars. 1, 2, 3. Let's put another one in there. There we go.
I just add all the pickle. I'm a huge pickle fan. I love pickles.
This will have a nice flavor now. Go ahead and chop these all up. We're gonna. Okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. They need to be finely chopped, which is fine with me because I'm on a special diet. So. Yeah, I'm on a soft foods diet. I think I'm gonna throw these over here for right now.
Just with the knife again. It made me nervous.
Okay, let's go and take those out. Kind of going like this. That's all some space here. I may want to check the potatoes. You do not want to overcook potatoes for potato salad because then they get to be too mushy, you know. On the other hand, with my soft, you know what? Size, so the little ones, let me just kind of feel them. I'm going to do, put the colander right over here. See that?
Still
See what I'm
doing
doing? Let's just see which ones are done. The salad, it ruins them. That is done. Let's get back to this. I've got some more. I'm going to store that right in there. I've got them in the containers they need so that I can throw them in at the appropriate steps and just have some of the cooking so the process will go smooth. They'll be cooked. They'll get really mushy if I do that. I mean, even though I am on a soft food diet, I do want this to be nice, right?
This woman's about as disorganized as I am. Yeah.
So for it. Well, you know, nobody here knows what you're talking about except for you. And so I'd be glad to answer you privately about that. But I do know about it. It's only been going on for about 22 and God bless her. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
And no, she missed a court date. She missed a court
I
date.
did not.
It's unequivocal. She missed a court date.
No, I did
And
not.
Let's just get on topic right now.
Not one court date.
Pregnancy crisis on board Church of Gale. I sit here writing to you now with my exceptionally long penis buried deeply and warmly into my vagina butt. Or if I may say more correctly, our vagina butt. I couldn't be more thankful than now, Gale. The rest of the men have understandably become deeply emotionally distressed. One must understand that for a man, pooping is an essential part of their masculinity. Aside from masturbation in the mornings, the evenings, and sometimes afternoons, bowels combined with the loss of a critically emotional outlet has led many of our men to fall into depression. And a constant line has since formed outside of
needed tonight. Thank you, Gail. Thank you for all your service. Okay. Been with us? Still with us? We'll say good night. Be safe. Be well out there. And I'm gonna see what's going on with StreamYard. I have no idea. It just StreamYard doesn't like me. They caught on to the fact that I was using Prism on the side. They got jealous. Something. I don't know. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. Have a safe and happy Saturday night. And I'm going to go see what's popping out there in YouTube land. All right. See you soon. Be well, be kind, and stay trusty.